Let's talk about how to know if you are a good day trader. It's actually a really self-aware question to be asking and wondering about yourself. Am I actually a good trader? Am I actually a good, and it doesn't necessarily have to be day trader, it could be swing trader or investor, but am I good? Am I actually good? So what I want to do is point out an indicator, and now is it an indicator like the MACD or RSI? It's not an indicator in that sense, but it is an indicator in the sense of it will quickly and can quickly reveal to you whether or not you got things going the right way, or maybe if you just have some fool's gold in your trading. Maybe you got some, what is the scientifically known as the Dunning-Kruger effect. If you're not sure what that is, I'll put a link down below, but some fascinating stuff. But this one little indicator is gonna be very, very beneficial for you. And I wanna go through basically a three-step sequence. And depending on where you fall in the sequence, I'm not gonna say this is some sort of like scientifically proven thing, but in my experience, it's gonna give you a good idea, a broad idea of where you stand in terms of, well, yeah, how good of a trader are you? And little hint here, it has nothing to do with how much money you're making, okay? I don't care about how much money you're making. That means nothing as far as long-term success. And what is long-term success as a trader? Well, yes, to make money, but how to make money? To make money consistently over time. Not just all of a sudden make two good trades and you have a massive score. I mean, yeah, sure, you made money, but are you gonna actually be able to be a long-term trader and consistently do that? Maybe, but a couple of trades doesn't really mean anything. And the indicator right off the get-go, and full disclosure here, I can't really say I came up with this video on my own, but this person made the comment in my chat room and I thought, that's actually so true, because I get it when you're new, it's kind of bizarre, but this person said in my community here, and the key thing there is, guys, I've never felt so good investing in education thanks to Clay. Now here's the key part though. I've been on a green almost for 2 weeks, even losing. So let's think about this. They've been green for 2 weeks. Even with what? Even with losing. Meaning they've had losing trades, but yet they're still green. And as you can see, their mind is kind of blown like, wow, I can't believe that I'm green, but I'm still losing. And I think we've all been there before, or most people, where usually when you're getting started, or at least for me, is you can win, but usually a loss or two losses, it's all gone. Not necessarily your account is blown up, but all your wins are all of a sudden wiped away. Maybe not totally wiped away, but a big chunk of them are wiped away. Or who knows, maybe some cases, yeah, not only are your wins wiped away, but now you're deep in the red. I mean, so it is a mind-blowing thing to be like, wait, wow, it's been 2 weeks and I'm green, even when losing. And this is where, now to this person's point, I mean, it's 2 weeks, so I'm not trying to discourage this person, but for you to use as an indicator, I would recommend this general, kind of ballpark range of numbers to use, and that's gonna help gauge things. So here we have somebody that's starting off, and like I said, they're very self-aware. I don't know, am I actually good? Am I getting lucky? Am I kind of just making this up as I go? I'm not quite sure. So the first hurdle that you need to get to, the first number that you need to get to is this. 10 trades. So I want you to get out there and make 10 trades. And then I want you to ask yourself, I mean, how do your results look? What sort of winning percentage do you have? I mean, if you're sitting there saying, well, Clay, I've made 10 trades and I've won every single one. Okay, all right. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm not saying that you don't have a valid strategy, but 10 is a good starting spot, but it's also one where you're gonna need more data. But the 10 is the good one to kind of clear out of the way. And I've been there, I've seen it all the time. There's, I don't know, somebody gets like some sort of pharma stock, or there's some small cap that explodes and they just happen to get in at the right time. And maybe that happens for a couple of them. Maybe even, let's say, benefit of the doubt. Let's say it happens for 5 in a row. But in all actuality, they're chasing, they're holding and hoping, they're doing all sorts of bad habits. But at the end of the day, because the markets do reward bad behavior, they're still, winning. Well, let's just say it's 5 in a row. Well, at some point, that strategy is going to bite them in a big way. So they maybe have a 90% win rate where they win 9 out of 10 trades, but that one trade they can look at and say, ooh, yeah, that really just destroyed me. That really maybe not ruined my entire account, but all those gains that I'd made from the 9 winning trades, they just took a big hit from that one trade. So at that point, they're gonna know, I'm really not that good of a trader, because if I'm winning 90% of the time, but one trade does what it just did to me, I have some more work to do. Now, again, the next hurdle becomes, Well, how are you at 50 trades? Because yes, 10 is a good amount. It's definitely more than 1. It's definitely quite a bit more than 5. But I mean, at the end of the day, it is still only 10 trades. And within the grand scheme of an entire trading career, 10 is kind of a drop in the bucket. So that's why the next one, let's get up to 50 trades. 50 trades has a whole lot more data. It's going to give you a much better idea of what to be looking for. And what are you going to be looking for? Well, this entire time, you are on search for what? The indicator that we care about. What is that indicator? Losing trades. I don't care about your winning trades. Anybody can win. You can blindfold somebody, spin them around in a circle, hand them a dart, and they can still chuck the thing and get a bullseye. Like, it doesn't really take skill to win because you can luckily just win. But when you lose, when you have to manage risk, when you have to control risk, that's where skill comes into play. So over the 10 trades, you're looking for losing trades. Have you lost it all? If so, how did that loss affect you? Over here, 50 trades. Where did you lose? How often did you lose? How is that affecting you? And I should note that just because you lose more than you win, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Because if you're still looking at your account and you're like, well, I'm still green even though I lost more than I won. Well, guess what? That's telling me, that should be telling you, yeah, you're getting pretty good in the risk management department. That's also probably telling you maybe there's some tweaks you could make to try to bring up that win rate a little bit. But at least you're on the right path because you had 50 trades, you've had losing trades, and yet you're still okay. But at the core, and where you ultimately want to head, is you've got to get up to that 100 trade mark. And when you can get up to 100 trade, and you can find your losing trades, and you'll have losing trades at this point, without doubt. You will have some losing trades in there, which is totally fine. That's what we're after, right? That's the indicator that's going to tell you how good of a trader you are. But find those losing trades, and then just ask yourself, how are things looking? So another member, which is they're in this phase right now. So let me pull up and give you a little context here. So here you can see now they put a bunch of screenshots and attach a bunch of stuff to kind of show me and prove the results so they know that they're just not making things up here. But what I want to just highlight here, I won't read the whole thing. He just says a quick summary: 39 wins, 17 losses, 1 scratch, 69.64% win rate. So at this point, you can see that they are right between here. I mean, well over 50 trades, but not quite. And what do they have? They've had multiple losses. Yet, what happened with their account? Their account was still growing. Well, how much did it grow? I don't care how much it grew by. I don't. The amounts don't matter. Why don't amounts matter? Because your habits matter. Your ability to control risk matters. Why? Because those can be scaled. You can always buy more shares. You can always buy more contracts. I mean, that's always possible. But it's not going to matter if you can't actually grow an account and have good habits, have good discipline, if you're not a good trader. And again, a good trader, per my definition, is using the indicator, asking all about those losing trades. How are losing trades affecting your overall results? So I don't care. Don't come at me, well, I'm a good trader because I grew my account X amount of percent, or I'm a good trader because I grew my account a whole bunch of, and well, how many trades did you make? Well, I made 3 trades. Okay, that's cool. Maybe that person has a valid strategy, but I mean, it's 3 trades. Is it at least possible that maybe that person just got lucky? Is it at least possible that the person chased the price, held in hope, then eventually got bailed out, and hey, that was another winning trade? Now, of course, you need to make money. Yes, of course, winning matters. But at the core, the indicator that's really going to open up your eyes, open up the doors to whether or not you are a good trader is, how does your strategy manage risk? How does your strategy deal with those losing trades? And you could have a strategy where you're winning 95% of the time. But if there was 5% of times where this creeps into the picture and you take losing trades and it just takes a big old baseball bat, sledgehammer, whatever you want to, a chisel to your gains, well, you're not that good of a trader. And that's okay. That's what we're always after, is we're trying to become good traders. And you can't become a good trader unless you pay attention to those indicators that matter. And it's not fun to talk about. Nobody wants to talk about losing trades and losing money. But that's where everybody truly comes out, in the sense of, well, I mean, how's your strategy actually doing? So yeah, how do you know if you're a good trader? I don't know. Use the indicator of losses. Don't look at losses as, oh, I can't believe I took a loss. No, look at a loss as, okay, I took a loss. Not fun, not pleasant. It's never fun to lose money. But how did this loss affect the bigger picture of things? And when you get to the 10 and then the 50 and then the 100, and if at 100 trades, you're looking and you've taken losses and you still have an account that's growing and you still have an account that's above water. I'm not saying that all of a sudden means you quit your day job and you become a professional trader, but all I'm saying is, you know what, at that point, you are a good trader. Now it just becomes a matter of, well, how good of a trader do you want to get? How much money do you want to try to make? And that's going to be different for everybody. So first up, let's just become a good trader. And then after you're a good trader, well, how good of a trader do you want to be? How far do you want to try to push it? And how far do you want to push it? That's going to be different for everybody. That's personal risk tolerance. Some people are going to have no problem at all taking big, huge size positions. Other people, no, I'm a good trader. I have a system that works. I can take losses, but yeah, I just don't quite feel comfortable doing, that much. And that's totally fine. That's why not every single trader is going to make millions upon millions of dollars. Some traders will make much less, but you know what? It's consistent income. And the question just becomes, what would an extra $1,000 a month do for you? Would an extra $2,000 a month do for you? I mean, would that have any difference for you? How about $10,000? It all ranges, but you first got to get to the point where you can take losing trades. You can have where you are wrong in a strategy and not have it blow everything up. You first got to get there. Then we'll focus on how much money you actually make. But let's just first see if you can make 10 trades and then 50 trades and then 100 trades and still be okay. So again, going back to that email I showed you, had a 70% win rate, which is fantastic. But also think about that. That also means that out of every 10 trades that person took, they were wrong 3 times. Yet when they were wrong, it's not like those wrong times totally blew everything up. Their account still grew. And that is the key. What happens to your account when you are wrong? Wrong being defined as you take a loss. And that's okay. You're never going to be perfect. You are going to be wrong. So get out there, use this indicator, and that's the one that's truly going to peel back the layers and reveal the truth to you about, I don't know, are you a good trader, aren't you? I don't know. What happens when you're wrong? What happens with those losing trades? If you found this video helpful, if you want more of these kind of little quick tip type videos, then a quick way to communicate that to me, just hit the like button down below. Questions, comments, suggestions, leave those down below. In fact, do you have experience with this? Do you have experience with using, the losing, we'll call it the losing indicator to help you out? Right? Have you ever used it where you don't really care about your winning trades? You more care about, all right, well, what happens when I lost here and when I lost there? Leave any of that experience down below so people know that, yeah, as backwards as it may sound, how you lose, when you lose, that really matters the most. And then finally, make sure to check out the channel as a whole. Hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you as a subscriber to the channel. But yeah, get out there and start to use this indicator. Start to focus on your losing trades. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.